Hello and welcome. This is a demonstration about what's new for TE 4.0. And the answer to that question, in a nutshell, is one significant change. We're moving the student demographics from the site level to the agency level. Why would CASAS do that? I'm glad you asked. The short answer is to manage students more efficiently. The reason student demographics occur at the site level goes back to the days when some agencies could not guarantee a unique student ID at the agency level. So let's talk about how records are stored today. In the previous TE 3.0, student demographics are stored at all sites in which a student attends. In this example, a student is attending both Carlsbad and Southside, so she'll have demographics at both of those sites. In the new TE 4.0, the student demographics are always stored once only, and at the agency level, even though the student is attending multiple sites. This means no more duplication of records. So what good are the advantages of this change? First, there are no more duplicated demographics. Second, no more copying demographics across sites. This aids enhanced compatibility with other systems and supports new features that are on the way. Will your workflow change? Not much. We will be demonstrating each of these changes shortly. Students need to be enrolled in the program year the same as before, and at the site. This is what's new. There is a new Enroll button. The aggregated button is gone. And there are some minor differences between agency and site level login. The good news for your workflow is that in the majority of cases, site enrollment will happen automatically. Like when you import new students, students are enrolled into classes, and new students are scanned with a site override. So why do we need site enrollment? Because student demographics are now at the agency level. So this is how you indicate that a student is attending a particular site. When is site enrollment not automatic? Well, there are two cases in which you would enroll a student manually into a site. One, because a student attending one site wants to enroll at another, and two, because you are batch enrolling students at the start of a new program year. But in the second case, there's an automatic method that may apply using the proxy wizard. We'll introduce this when you're closer to the new program year. If you are a site level user, the new Enroll button is in the student demographics lister. The first step is to make sure the container is filtered for the site in which the student wants to enroll. The second step is to click the Enroll button. Now that the Enroll window is open, you would click in the student field to get an embedded lister that allows you to find the student at any site in the agency. Most likely the program year stays the same, but if not, you can change it. You then click Save and you're done. The student is now enrolled at your site. The last thing to mention in regard to workflow changes is that there are slight differences between logging in at the agency and site level. These changes are intuitive once you realize that demographics are at the agency level. So for example, when you log in at a particular site, your listers will automatically be filtered to show students enrolled at your site only. Whereas, if you log in at the agency level, you have access to students at all sites. What is different for agency level is that you'll now filter using the container drop-down list instead of filtering the site column. We'll show this in our demonstration. What is going away? The site column and the aggregated button. We had the aggregated button in the past, so the TE would only count students once if they were attending multiple sites. Now that student demographics are only at the agency level aggregation, that is no longer needed. However, the Subsites button is still useful in order to toggle on and off the ability to see students who are in subsites to this site. Finally, by opening any student from the Student Demographic Record Lister, you can see all site enrollments for that student. This concludes our overview of changes for TE 4.0. To sum it up, student demographics formerly stored at the site level will now be at the agency level, and there will be some slight changes to workflow due to this change. Let's go to TE now so we can show how these changes look. This release of TOPSpro Enterprise is version 4, Build 1. We're logging in to the Rolling Hills database, which is agency number 4908. We're adding the /01 to designate that we are logging into Site 1, North Campus. We'll first go to the Records, Students, Demographics Lister. Notice that the agency container is restricted to Site 1, North Campus, just as we logged into. This is where the aggregated button used to be, and it is no longer needed since demographics are now at the agency level. The Subsites menu remains in case we had a subsite to North Campus and wanted to show those students in this lister. Let's go to New and create a new student. The minimal requirements for doing so are to enter the student ID number, name, first and last, gender, and birth date. Notice after we save that the site enrollment for John Smith is automatically created. Here is the new Enroll button. It opens a window where you can select students from other sites. To do so, click in the Student field and choose Select from Lister. Notice that all sites are available. We're going to select South Campus and 2 students who want to enroll at the North Campus, Xiangfeng and Anna Marie. The program year hasn't changed, so we click Save. Notice in the student lister that Xiangfeng and Anna Marie have been added to North Campus. When we open Xiangfeng's record, we can see all the sites where he is enrolled. By clicking on the pencil icon, we could delete the enrollment if it is a mistake. Finally, here's the same information for Anna Marie. Now, to demonstrate a merge, we're going to search for Xiangfeng, and there are 2 records for Xiangfeng because a mistake was made with the ID. One ends in 5 and the other in 6. So we select both records and go to Miscellaneous and choose Merge. What we've discovered, however, is that Xiangfeng has records at another site. Since we logged in for North Campus only, we'll need to ask an agency-level user to perform the merge. We'll open Xiangfeng's record just to confirm that there are records at other sites. And if we try to delete the student enrollment at another site, we won't be able to because we don't have access to those records. So this is also a situation where the agency user would have the ability to perform the operation. Now that you've seen the changes to site level login, we'll show you what's different for agency level login. This, of course, is TOPSpro Enterprise version 4 build 1, and we're logging into the Rolling Hills database, which is agency number 4908. We'll first go to Records, Students, and the Demographics Lister. Notice that the agency container now gives us access to all sites at Rolling Hills Adult School. We can verify this by looking at the population of the student lister, which for the North Campus is 2,912. For the East Campus is 585. And for the South Campus, it is 2,032. Now we're going to select a particular student in order to view a site enrollment. We see that Chima is attending at South Campus. What we're going to do now is enroll Chima in a class instance. Select North Campus, and then the class we want Chima to join. In the Navigator pane on the left, we find Class Enrollments and click New. Click in the Student field and choose Select from Lister. After filtering for the South Campus, we find Chima and click Pick. Notice we can specify here when she entered this class, and we can mark Active. Now save. Now let's verify Chima's enrollments. First, we see that she is indeed enrolled in class, and next, by going to her demographic record, we see that her site enrollment was automatically created. Finally, we're going to demonstrate how an agency-level login is able to merge records from different sites. In this example, we see that William Joyce has duplicated because there is a typo in one of his student IDs. When we open his first record, we see that he's at North Campus. He's in the current program year and has a class enrollment. When we open his second record, we see that he is also at South Campus, and he has an additional barrier to employment. At the North Campus, it was only low levels of literacy. Now we select both his records and go to Miscellaneous, Merge, and resolve his ID number as well as any other fields that may be in conflict. We also see his dual enrollment at the South and North Campus. And lastly, we can now combine his barriers from the two sites. That completes the merge operation. Now we verify the merge and first see that William has only one record at the agency level. We also see that his merged record has retained his two site enrollments, as well as combined his barriers to employment. Thank you for joining us today. We learned how the site column has mostly gone away because a container box will filter your listers based on how you log in. A site-level login will only see students belonging to your site. If you need to merge or delete records from your other sites, then an agency-level user will be able to do it for you. We also learned how to create a site enrollment and that the aggregated button is no longer needed because students are now always unduplicated at the agency level. If you'd like more information about TE 4.0, please visit the CASAS website under Training and Support. Thanks for watching.